Hey guys, this is Parker, just letting you know that Broen and I had a lot of technical difficulties, believe it or not. I feel like I'm saying this every episode. I should just save this message and throw it in front of every single episode. We only have the next few to deal with this. Hopefully the next few aren't as bad as this one, but there are a few moments where he and I were so laggy that we were like 10 seconds apart. We could barely hear each other. It was not going well. For the most part, I fixed it, but there are just a few parts that we would like to apologize for. We're working on it. It's going to be fixed soon, we promise. Just like 1 or 2 more episodes, okay? Thank you guys so much for sticking with us and listening and supporting us. We appreciate it more than you'll ever know. Thank you so much. Sincerely, from the bottom of our hearts. Happy holidays. You guys are awesome. Hello, and welcome to the Flix Capacitor podcast, hosted by 2 guys who met on TikTok. My name is Parker McNerney, and my co-host is right here, and his name is
Broen McCloskey. Wham, wham, wham.
Yeah, and how's it going, guys? You know what I was thinking is, what are we gonna call our fans? The 3 of them.
The
capacitors.
Ooh, the pinheads.
Okay, why?
I have reasoning.
I'm sure you do.
Because what is our podcast named after?
I don't know.
What?
Some movie. I don't know.
You know, this little indie project, probably never heard of it, called Back to the Future.
Oh, it sounds stupid. Are you referencing I think you mean Spaceman from Pluto. That's what that movie is.
That's
actually.
right. That's right. Yeah.
And if you're a real Back to the Future fan,
with Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, if you're a real Back to the Future fan, you'll know what we're talking about, what we're referencing. If you're not, you don't even need to be here. Go listen to NPR.
Yeah.
Dude, we should get on NPR. I think we're too loud for NPR. Sorry. Just go. Just talk.
The reason I say the Pinheads is because that's Marty's band.
Ah, you're right.
He's like,
hey,
we're the Pinheads.
As you just said that, I just thought about that. I thought you were like referencing like Hellraiser, and I was
Hellraiser?
Like, that's kind of random, you know.
I hate Hellraiser.
Really? That's interesting.
I thought it was such a stupid movie.
I thought you'd like it purely for like the effects, like it's because it's like, you know, it's like schlocky.
I will acknowledge the effects. The resurrection scene looked incredible.
Yeah.
Other than that, the movie was hot garbage.
The movie itself was a little disappointing to me because I was like, this is it. This is what everybody's raving about. Like this story kind of blows. Like
it has a very specific cult following.
I gave it a 4 out of 5 on the Letterboxd, but like because I do like that kind of stuff. But you know, if I wanted a good movie out of it, I would, you know, it's not that. The plot sucks. You know, it's this guy's hiding in the basement. So, and then this other guy. Dude, speaking of, I'm reading Jaws right now. You and I talked about this. And I was reading it last night. Haven't heard about a shark in 50 pages. And Brody's wife is trying to cheat on Brody with Hooper right now. And
I read that page that you posted on your Instagram.
Did you read that, dude?
I read that. That was fucking weird.
It is so sexually explicit, and I'm so glad the movie is not like the book is good, but Steven Spielberg knows how to do a story, so it's just wild. Movie news. Let's talk about what we planned on talking about.
So we got speaking of 3 trailers in one day.
Oh.
Which was Thursday, right?
Oh yes, correct. Because it
was Transformers.
Yep.
And then the Indiana Jones trailer, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and then which was also a title reveal.
Yeah, which was a little underwhelming of a title, but you know it's okay. It doesn't matter that much.
You don't even know what it means.
I know, but that's why it's just kind of lame. You know, like, you know, Raiders of the Lost Ark. awesome title, even if you don't know
That's
what it's
true.
about.
That is true.
Temple of Doom.
The Last Crusade.
Temple of Doom, Last Crusade sound epic. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull sounds fucking cool, even though the movie's a bit awful, but the title's sick, you know?
I recently rewatched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's still bad.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I don't like it, but I like to watch it because I enjoy it, but it's not a good movie at all.
See, I was honestly thinking maybe it's good until the aliens show up. No, it's honestly not that good of a movie all the way through.
I think Shia LaBeouf was a miscast for sure. And I think, you know, him getting in the fridge and surviving that. Dude, and you know that is how that was supposed to be in Back to the Future, but they didn't have the budget.
What?
They didn't have the budget for it. So I guess once Steven Spielberg had the budget, he was like, I'm going to do this finally after 30 years. I'm putting someone in a fridge and blasting them 3 miles.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, but yeah, we got, and then the last one was Transformers, right? Or no, did you already say that?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yes.
Which I have to say one thing. You're disappointed, or no, okay, you're underwhelmed that Indiana Jones 5 is called The Dial of Destiny.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is called Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and not Guardians of the Galaxy MP3. How did Guardians 2 end? Guardians Volume 2 ended with him getting the Zune.
Oh,
which
you're
is
right.
an MP3 player.
You're right.
How perfect would that have been? Guardians of the Galaxy MP3.
Yeah.
Hello.
But it would have been weird if it was like Volume 1, Volume 2.
But it's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not called Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
That's true. You're right.
And it's called Volume 2 because at the end of the first Guardians of the Galaxy, he gets Awesome Mix Volume 2. And then at the end of Guardians 2, he gets the Zune. So this should be Guardians of the Galaxy MP3.
You're right. You know what? You're absolutely right. James Gunn, if you're listening, you jumped the shark.
You fucked up.
Yeah. Or no, you didn't jump the shark. That's different. You jumped the gun.
This is the one time that James Gunn fucked up.
James Gunn jumped the gun.
Yeah.
Fucked it up. But you know, I have nothing to say about Transformers. You absolutely can if you'd like to. But let's talk about Guardians. What did you think about the trailer?
Oh man, I am not ready for this movie.
I am excited. I really like both Guardians movies.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Volume 2 is underrated. Absolutely.
It's volume. We all know that the first one is better, but yes, Volume 2 is still really good.
Yeah, I've only seen Volume 2 once. I've seen the first one a couple times. I think the first one, is slightly overrated. And I say that because people are like, it's the number 1 MCU movie. And I'm just like, okay, we'll just relax. It's
top 10.
Top 10 for sure, but it's not even top
for sure.
Not even top 5, to be honest.
I would top 5 it's not my top 5, but if someone had it in their top 5, I would understand.
I would get it, but like I would disagree, and I would also be like, it's definitely not top like number 1 for me.
Yeah. I think the second one is funnier, but
Kurt Russell.
The highs of the first movie are fucking high.
Yeah, and
you know, like,
and go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, good. Yeah, and kind of. I mean, it's related, but it's, you know, the de-aging of Kurt Russell in Volume 2 is so good.
Really good.
It is like arguably the best I've seen. Like, it's really good.
It's like he looks like
him,
McCready.
Yeah,
from The Thing.
He looks
like McCready without
like
the beard.
him,
Yeah.
and I think that's the biggest thing with de-aging.
Overboard. Have you seen Overboard with him and Goldie Hawn?
No, but my mom loves that movie.
Oh, so good. It's so good. And yeah, that's what he looked like.
And it looks like him. And a lot of the de-aging just looks like what they look like old but young, instead of what they did look like when they were younger.
Right.
Like Robert De Niro in The Irishman didn't look like Robert De Niro when he was younger. He just looked like what Robert De Niro looks like now, but de-aged. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, I totally understand what you mean.
And I'm trying to think of any other.
Well, and speaking of de-aging, we got a shot of de-aged Indy,
and it looks good. It looks really good.
If you told me,
if you told me that was a shot from like The Last Crusade or something, I'd be like, yeah, okay,
I get it. Yeah,
I would not think twice about it. It looks, and that's just the trailer. It's probably not even fully done yet. Like, it looks,
I know,
We still have what 9 months or 8 months to that or 7.
I don't remember exactly when the trailer or when the movie comes out.
June or July. So we have like at least half a year left, and it looks really. I'm very excited. I am very excited for that movie. But
and you know who's directing it?
The guy who did. Hold on. I'm gonna get there. Hold on. He saved another franchise. Oh, the guy who did Logan, right?
Yes. James Mangold. Yes. And that is why I'm excited. That is why I'm excited, because as much as I love Spielberg,
I just don't know what happened with that movie. I'm sure it was a studio thing, because he would not have fucked that up that hard by himself.
I'm pretty sure it was Lucas that pushed for the aliens.
Oh wow, George Lucas not knowing how to direct a movie? That's weird.
Well, because he's the writer, he wrote all of them. That's their that's their love
baby.
child.
That's their baby.
Lucas is the writer, Spielberg is the director. Do you know how they
and
came
that's
up
how
with
it
the idea
should
of writers?
always be? I think for those two, for sure.
Oh yeah.
George Lucas is a much better writer than he is a director. And world builder, you know what I mean? And
agreed.
Steven Spielberg is arguably the best storyteller of all time. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
And yes, I do. You and I have talked about this before, but I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast. So you can let everyone know. Okay. But you and I have talked.
Okay, so quick little fun fact: when Star Wars came out, Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. Before it was Episode 4: A New Hope, and it was just Star Wars. George Lucas was so confident that this movie was gonna completely bomb. He knew almost for a fact that this movie was going to be horrendous and people were going to hate it. And so he didn't want to go through that embarrassment. So he didn't even show up to the premiere. And instead, he and his good pal, Steve Spielberg, went on vacation. And that's where they came up with the idea for Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yep. And
Indy is named after one of their dogs. I think it's Lucas's dog.
I think you're right.
Indy.
And it was supposed to be called something else. And then Indiana Jones was supposed to be called something else, and then they changed it to Indiana Jones. But I was listening to a clip of Steven Spielberg talking about when he saw the first draft, I guess, of
rough cut of Star Wars.
Of A New Hope, of Star Wars, and he was like none of the effects were done yet. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like the story did not make any sense, and he's like, but I still saw the potential.
He was like the only one. He was the only, because Lucas showed it to a bunch of his director friends, and Spielberg was the only one that saw the potential. And that's why they had that infamous deal, or not really infamous, but famous deal, where Spielberg was going to make 10% of what Star Wars made, and then Lucas was going to make 10% of what Close Encounters made, because Spielberg was working on Close Encounters of the Third Kind at the time.
I still haven't seen that one.
Oh my God, it's phenomenal.
I've heard.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I'll get to it.
So good.
Anyway, back to Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah, I want to. Okay, so we talked about Indiana Jones.
We'll get back to Indiana Jones. Let's finish Guardians. Yeah.
Guardians. This movie, I think this very possibly might be the saddest Marvel movie. Just from that one trailer, I'm not fucking ready for this movie.
I would agree. I could definitely see it happening that way. And someone had a theory, because I think it was Kevin Feige originally wanted all of the original Avengers to die in Endgame.
And I do remember that. Yeah.
And then someone was like, "What if he's now doing that with Guardians? Like all of them are gonna go." And which I don't know. That sounds like it'd be a little too much, but I know I feel like at least 2 or 3 of them. Rocket for sure. Maybe Star-Lord, which wouldn't be, for me, it wouldn't be as sad. I don't like Star-Lord very much as a character in the MCU. And
I think he's better in his movies.
Yeah, I agree.
I wasn't a huge fan of his character in Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame.
Go ahead.
So I was just one more thing. Sorry. Other than his moments with Gamora in Infinity War.
Yeah, those were good.
Okay, continue.
And probably Drax, to be honest, because I think it's Dave Bautista's last movie in the MCU, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I think I read something like he's done with it. Yeah. Drax would be sad.
Drax would be really sad, because his last words are going to be something like seeing his daughter again.
Yeah, dude. And
which is
I do love the Guardians in the MCU. I think most of what they did with them was for the better. All the changes they made, because they were unknown by, unless you were a pretty diehard comic book fan. Like they were
D-list characters.
Yeah, like I had some random Guardians issues, but I didn't even know they were Marvel. I thought they were just some random, And
I didn't know what they were until the movie.
Yeah,
until the first trailer came out.
I had some random like older issues from garage sales, but like I still didn't really know. I just Yeah. And I think Drax being such a fucking idiot is like is funny, but it's a little like he could have been more in the MCU considering what his character in the comics is, But I think overall the changes they made to the Guardians were for the better.
They made them really lovable. They made them household characters.
Oh, I mean, yeah, and honestly, I think people wouldn't like that movie as much if the soundtrack wasn't so good. I'm so glad Redbone is getting recognition finally after all these years, because I've always loved Redbone, and as soon as I saw Guardians in the theaters and Come and Get Your Love started, I was like, fuck yeah. I was so excited. But what do you think about Groot's design? Because he's like bulkier. He looks buff.
Well, one thing people need to realize is that this is not the same Groot from the first Guardians. This is technically Groot's son.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be different. And so, it was like watching. Did you watch the holiday special?
Not yet. Is it good?
Ooh, it's very good. I liked it more than Werewolf by Night.
I didn't love Werewolf by Night, but okay.
Oh, I didn't love it either, but I thought it was good.
Yeah, I gave it like a 7, I think.
I would give this like an 8.
Okay. That's what I was assuming. Seems just fun.
It is. It was just such a blast. It was a lot of fun. You have to. I'm not going to go into detail. You have to watch it before this movie, though.
Okay, I'm going to watch it before December's over. Would you back your mic up a little bit? It's spiking a little bit. Just forward, not to the left. Just like forward.
Well, I can't. The computer's right there.
Oh, that's fine. It looks a little bit better.
Okay.
I don't think I have. I think Rocket will die, and the shot with Baby Rocket. I almost teared up just watching the trailer for that moment. But it also looks funny, like when he fucking when he chucked the dodgeball at the kid or whatever.
Oh,
that was so funny.
And then Among Us in real life.
Oh, they're all their suits that they
That was like the first thing I thought of when I remember when watching the trailer and I saw them in their colored space suits. I wasn't bothered by the fact that they were colored. I was bothered by the fact that, oh man, people are immediately going to make fun of it and compare it to Among Us. Yeah. And they have been.
Of course. I didn't think about it because I've never played it, but I see all the memes now. Yeah, I've never played it.
I recently got back into it, and it's like it's different now, and it's actually still a lot of fun. And
really?
They just released a VR version. Whoa. And I really want to get it.
Do you think Star-Lord's gonna die?
No. I think it's possible. Like I wouldn't be too surprised, but I'm leaning more towards no.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I just feel like maybe he might. Shit.
I'm not gonna be upset if he does. I'm not the biggest Chris Pratt fan, and I don't love him. He just seems like he's just playing Chris Pratt. You know what I mean? It's like the Ryan Reynolds thing, but for me, he's less likable than Ryan Reynolds, so it's not as fun. I like him. I like him, but like I don't love him. Like sometimes he gets on my nerves. And after Jurassic World Dominion, I really don't like him. Not even because of him. That movie just put a bad taste.
That movie. Yeah, that movie just blows.
That movie sucks, dude. God, that movie sucks. I was so bummed about that movie. Anyway, Indiana Jones 5. I'm so ready for this movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I teared up watching the trailer. I got
goosebumps on my goosebumps.
Yeah, dude. My goosebumps had pimples on them. It was this is gonna be the first Indiana Jones movie I'm gonna be able to see in the theater, which is exciting. For me.
I saw Kingdom of the Crystal Skull in the theater.
Sorry.
When I was 7, 8, whenever the movie came
waste out. Of $12, huh?
Well, I went with I didn't pay for it. I was 8.
Yeah, that's true.
I went with my family, and it was funny because at the time, 8-year-old me loved the movie, and I'm like, why is everyone making fun of it? This is a great movie. This is awesome. There were aliens in it.
Yeah.
And then I got older and I rewatched it, and I was like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, and honestly, it's the only Indiana Jones movie that I think is bad. People hate Temple of Doom. I love Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom, it's my least favorite of the trilogy, but it's still good.
I need to rewatch Last Crusade, but
Last Crusade is so fucking good.
I
Raiders is the best, no question about that. But
Raiders is really good. They're all really great. Hearing they didn't really fully use it, but hearing elements of the theme in the trailer,
yes,
I was like, oh
yes,
my god. I'm sure he's gonna die in this movie, and I'm gonna cry. And I'm
the
not
villain Mads Mikkelsen.
Yes.
Oh,
who is
man.
he's the guy that's Johnny Depp's part in Fantastic Beasts now, correct? Okay.
Right.
I don't know what I know him from, but I know him from, like, I don't know if I've seen him in anything, but I know of him. Or no, he was in Doctor Strange, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he was the guy with the bad CG eyes. That's right.
Yep.
I think he's gonna be great. I sincerely doubt it's gonna happen. But if I don't know how to pronounce the actor's name because I forget, but if Short Round has any kind of cameo in this movie, I'm going to lose my fucking mind, dude.
He has to.
Because he's acting again. He's an actor. Yeah. Oh,
and there
my
was
God.
no, he has to be in it because there was that photo of him hugging Harrison Ford on Instagram.
That's true. We're living in such a weird time in pop culture. Like, it's like nostalgia the year. Like, we're just getting everybody back. Like Andrew, Toby, Professor X, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Star Wars even now. Like, it's just like with Mark Hamill and the TV shows, like, it's just everybody's coming back, and we're living in such a specific hocus pocus even. Like, it's just so it's just kind of everything all at once is everyone's coming back.
Santa Clauses.
Oh my God, yeah, the Santa Clauses. Hugh Jackman's going to be Wolverine again. It's just everybody's coming back, and it's nice, and it's a little lazy in terms of Disney, but I'm grateful,
I'll take it.
Did you see the meme of it was like I saw it when No Way Home came out, and it was like Disney bringing back old versions of characters since they know they couldn't do better, and it was Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2 saying brilliant but lazy. It's really good. But anyway, yeah, Indiana Jones 5, I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be good.
As long as it's better than the last one, we're fine.
I'm so excited. And he's 80. He's 80 years old now.
God.
And he broke he broke his back on Star Wars. But I think he broke his arm filming this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Something happened early into shooting.
Yeah, and they had to postpone production.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry watching this movie. Absolutely. So.
Yeah, I'm so excited because he's such an old fart now. I'm so excited for just every time he stands up in the movie, you just get that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I'm apparently a good chunk of it is him de-aged, like not just a flashback. Like I've heard like a good chunk of the movie is younger him for some reason.
Really?
You could be wrong, but I've heard that's what they're planning for, and it looks really good. It looks like the de-aging looks phenomenal. And Harrison Ford said he was like, yeah, it's spooky looking at that. And I'm just so excited for that movie. Do you think there's going to be any other like cameos or like anything sweet,
Well, I'm wondering because Kingdom of the Crystal Skull ended with his and Marion's wedding.
That's right. Oh yeah.
So I'm wondering if maybe like the movie's going to open and just right off the bat explain that she's dead or that they got a divorce.
Yeah.
Or if she's even in the movie.
Best scene in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is when
credits?
Shia LaBeouf... No, kind of, but no, it's when Shia LaBeouf finds the fedora, like the wind blows it off, and you think he's going to put it on, and then Harrison Ford comes and grabs it from him. That's a great scene.
Nope.
Yeah, great scene. I don't have a ton other to say. I've only seen the trailer once, but it looks really great. Great movie.
I do want to talk about Transformers.
Go ahead. I have nothing to say, so that's all you. Go ahead.
Transformers Rise of the Beasts, which is technically Transformers 7, but it's also technically Bumblebee 2, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure because for those of you that don't know, There's that Bumblebee movie in 2018 directed by Travis Knight, who, fun fact, is the son of the founder of Nike, Phil Knight. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah.
Did not know that at all.
Yeah. The founder of Nike's son directed a Transformers movie.
Wow.
And it was the
really
best
funny.
Transformers movie. It was the best Transformers movie.
Is there Nike product placement in Bumblebee?
I don't know. I wasn't looking for it.
I really hope so. I really hope so. That'd be really fun.
But the Bumblebee movie, I would say, is my favorite live-action Transformers movie. And I say live-action because my favorite Transformers movie is the one from the 80s, the one when Optimus dies.
Got it.
Alert, but
that one has a 4K release newly from Scream Factory.
Yeah. I want to watch it again. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, the Bumblebee movie is my favorite live-action Transformers movie. And it was also not only a prequel, but it was basically a soft reboot.
Got it.
So this Bumblebee took place in the 80s. This movie's Rise of the Beast takes place in the 90s. And we're getting those G1 looks. You know, Optimus looks like the way he looked in the cartoon, which is the way he looked in Bumblebee. You know, we're getting the Beasts from the Beast Wars cartoon. You know, so we're getting Optimus Primal. We're getting what is it, like Rhinocon or something like that? The Rhino, the Hawk, the Cheetah. Long story short, I think the movie looks fucking great. I'm so excited. I'm going to sit there opening night and watch the shit out of it. I'm so fucking excited for this movie. It's going to be such a fun movie. And Mirage is in it too. Mirage is in it, which I know you don't know who that is, but it gets me very excited that Mirage is in it.
I don't know shit about I know very little about the Transformers. I was really into the first one when I was a kid. That's all. I think I've seen the second one.
Mirage is voiced by Pete Davidson in the movie.
That's funny.
Yeah.
He's just like in the most random stuff these days.
Right. If I were you, I would watch. One sec. Mogwai, hush.
Shut the fuck up, Mogwai.
I would watch all but 4 and 5.
Which one has Mark Wahlberg? That looked like one I should
5.
avoid. Okay, yeah. From the trailers, those looked like movies I wanted to avoid.
I'll say this. I don't like Transformers 2.
Okay.
In all honesty, you know what? Fuck. Don't watch Transformers 2. Just watch the first one, watch the third one. Just all you need to know in Transformers 2 is that they revive Megatron.
Okay. All right. I will get to them.
Transformers 3 is fucking awesome.
We're probably 30 minutes into this.
We are 30 minutes in.
And you know what I just realized?
Huh.
We have not been recording our videos.
You know, I was going to ask you about that.
I'm going to start doing that now. I'm just so used to you doing it. We're using a new software, everybody. For YouTube. All right. Sorry, guys. Hello.
Hey, welcome to the YouTube video.
Oh, wait.
This time it's Parker's fault. This time it's Parker's fault.
It's my fault this time. Should we pose for the thumbnail? All right. Anyway, sorry, listeners. Anyway, this episode, we're probably like 30 minutes into this, and we have not talked about the episode at all. In this episode, we are talking our top 5 movies to watch around Christmas that aren't technically Christmas movies.
And I want to point out right off the bat, we're not mentioning Die Hard because if you listen to the last episode, we've come to the conclusion that Die Hard legitimately just is a Christmas movie now.
At this point, yeah. Again, technically no, but at this point, I think it's pretty widely accepted as a Christmas movie. Enough to not be on this list.
Right.
Do you want me to do the first one? Do you want to do the first one?
You do the first one.
Okay. I think it is 2003, Mean Girls, starring Lindsay Lohan and is it Rebecca? What's her name from Doctor Strange? With the mole on her face, you know?
Oh, shit.
I want to say
name?
Rebecca Black, but that's the girl who sang Friday.
It's not. That's not
her.
it. That's not it.
Okay, here. Who plays the mean
No, I got
girl
it.
in Mean Girls?
It's 2004. Did you say 2003?
I did.
Rachel
Rachel
McAdams.
McAdams. That's her name.
Rachel McAdams.
That's 3 episodes in a
Notebook.
row where we did not know somebody's name. Sorry, guys, we don't know. Anyway, I love Mean Girls. I think it's a great movie. I think it's funny. I think it holds up really well. I think Lindsay Lohan is tolerable, which is rare, and I think it's hilarious. It's a great movie.
It's one of those movies that the reason why we have it on this list is because, well, first of all, there's the dance,
The infamous
that they do, the
dance,
Jingle Bell Rock dance. Yeah. But also it's kind of one of those like comfort movies that for some, at least for me, and I would think that for other people, just you watch it and you get that like Christmassy, comforty feeling, especially like watching it during Christmas time, you know? Because I at least really only watch it during Christmas time. You know,
I never have,
I know that it's technically
but...
not. But
I thought you were gonna keep going.
I thought you were gonna keep going. You said but.
No. And then you said, whatever. It's fine. I've never watched it around Christmas time, but I think I should. But I think the beauty of all 5 movies that we're talking about today is that you can watch them around Christmas time, but also you don't have to enjoy them. You know.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm not gonna watch Elf in July, but I can watch Mean Girls in July, you know?
Yeah. But it's like it's just that comforty, Christmassy feeling when you watch it around Christmas.
Yeah. And it's a comfort movie in general, I'd say. It's an easy watch. It's funny. It's sweet.
It's so funny.
It's funny every time. It's great. I mean, she doesn't even go here like that. I forget his character's name. I haven't seen the movie in a couple years, but like
I remember in high school, we had a meme day where we had to dress up as a meme, and I dressed up as him. I had the blue hoodie. I had it tied really tight, and I had sunglasses on. And when people asked me who I was, I'd be like, she doesn't even go here. And that's what I did for
movie.
meme day.
It's, oh man, I need to rewatch that movie. I really need to rewatch that movie. And then, you know,
Now's
when
the
she
time.
gets, wait, okay. There's a Mean Girls 2, right?
Yes. I've not seen it because
Have you seen
it's
it?
one of those straight to video
Okay.
movies. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and that means we should watch it and definitely deep dive it at some point. We'll do a Mean Girls, a live Mean Girls double feature. And
it's
you'll
like
see,
why Mean Girls 2 is on par with The Godfather 2 when it comes to sequels.
Yeah, the superior sequels include Spider-Man 2, Shrek 2, The Godfather 2, and Mean
Empire
Girls
Strikes
2.
Back.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Star Wars 2. I have nothing left to say about Mean Girls. I haven't seen it in a while. Do you have anything else to say?
Nope.
Any final
Next.
thoughts on Mean Girls? Okay, go ahead.
It's a good movie. Okay, next we have Iron Man 3, which I feel like a lot of people watch this during Christmas time.
Well, yeah, I hadn't ever thought about it until this year. Iron Man
the movie
3, but
the movie
it
came out in May.
absolutely is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the movie.
You're right.
it
Yes. Why do you do this? Why are you doing this to me?
what?
Oh, you're frozen. Oh,
You-
did you stop talking or did you?
I'm stuck because
lag?
it seems like you're gonna continue talking, and so I wait, and then you stop, and then we're both looking at each other.
I can't tell if you and I are just
Okay.
bad at being people or if it's lacking between us.
It's definitely lagging, which isn't helping because I cannot you're so pixelated. I'm literally only seeing shapes.
Dude, you too. I'm just seeing like this Broen-shaped blob moving around. You know what? Whatever. Iron Man
Oh my
3.
gosh.
It's snowing most of the time. I personally.
Well, it takes place
think
during Christmas.
Iron Man 3 is the best Iron Man movie. It does. It does.
What?
And he gives
What the
Pepper the
fuck?
Christmas present.
Hang on, back up.
All right, you're
Say that
way
again?
You're wait. Okay, are you way? I think you're way behind me. Are you?
Say. I don't know, but say that again.
This one's gonna be so brutal for people to listen to. I think Iron Man 3 is the best Iron Man movie. Absolutely.
Why?
I don't know. It could be. I don't know. I just like it the most. Have
you not seen
the first
one?
Iron Man doesn't. I have seen the first one, but it's not. You know, I think Iron Man 3 is better. Like I think the villain is better. Well. I take that back. But I think the villain is more interesting because like the first two Iron Man movies, which like I would say half of the MCU suffers from, is like the Flash TV show thing where the Flash is just fighting an evil version of the Flash through the first 4 seasons or whatever. That's like what the MCU is a lot, especially with the Iron Man movies. Iron Man 1, he's fighting an evil Iron Man. Iron Man 2, he's like kind of fighting an evil Iron Man and a bunch of other evil Iron Mans. So Iron Man 3 felt like a fresher breath air. And I don't know. It's just better. I think the score is better. I think the suit is better. I think the kids and Tony's relationship. Shut the fuck up. I think the kids and Tony's relationship is interesting.
I don't think I've ever disagreed with you more.
Really? That's crazy. Okay, but it's just like with Iron Man 3, I really like it because I think it's a great Avengers sequel in terms of what Tony's going through. Like they actually talk about this is like one of the
PTSD.
only MCU movies that doesn't kind of just forget that the last movie happened and then go to the next big thing. You know what I mean? They talk about it's like the Batman versus Superman thing. They talk about the repercussions and the damage from the last movie. Now with Iron Man 3, it's just, mostly specifically for Tony. Now after Iron Man 3, they say fuck it and don't talk about it ever again. That's fine. But in Iron Man 3, they talk about it, and I think it's interesting because that kind of stuff doesn't happen with a lot of MCU characters. So yeah, I there are plenty of reasons I think it's the best, but I'm gonna stop talking because you're getting mad at me. So
I'm not getting mad. I'm just disappointed.
I don't know. The first Iron Man is just like, obviously early MCU stuff isn't aging as well as some other things, but like I think the first Iron Man is so 2008, and it looks great. Not the VFX or anything, just the movie itself. Okay.
I'm gonna say this, and I mean it. Iron Man, the original Iron Man, is my second favorite MCU movie.
Okay, so you're telling me it goes Infinity War, Iron Man?
Yup. Not ashamed of it.
That is mind-blowing to me. That's
Iron Man, the first Iron Man movie, is the perfect origin. It's not my favorite origin movie because the original Spider-Man is my favorite superhero origin movie, but like Iron Man is probably a close second. And then Batman Begins.
Here's the thing I would say about Iron Man. Here's the thing about Iron Man. Without Robert Downey Jr., that movie's not that good.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Everything else is just so okay that
is
aside from the VFX.
That is such a stupid excuse reasoning. It's like, oh, if it wasn't for this, I've talked to you about this before when people are like, oh, if it wasn't for this, then the movie wouldn't be good. Okay, but that is what the movie is. That is what we got.
No, but that's fine.
Like when people are like, oh, The Dark Knight wouldn't be as good without the Joker. It's like, hey, well, it does have the Joker in it.
Except that it probably would have been better. Well, we'll talk about that in a different episode. But here's the thing. Iron Man, okay, if your movie isn't worth watching without the lead actor in it, it's not that great of a movie. I'm grateful that it exists. I think it is a good movie, but without Robert Downey Jr., it is painfully average. Now, maybe in 2008 it wasn't. Now, it for sure is. You know what I mean?
I don't agree, but I understand what you're saying.
That's fine.
I disagree. Yeah.
I hear you. That doesn't mean anything because Robert Downey Jr. Dude, it's so laggy. Every time I start talking, you start talking, and then we both stop and just start staring at each other. Oh my god, dude. I'm so tired of your internet. It is insane. We're just going to push through. Listeners and viewers, we're sorry. I can't see you at all, and it's so funny. I just see like a shape of you right now. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, and I'm not saying I don't like it. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10, maybe a 7. But you know, it's just it.
Do you want to go on to the next Christmas movie now?
Yeah,
we're getting too deep into
we'll talk
this conversation.
About Iron Man 3.
We got to talk about. We're
gonna
do an
end our
episode dedicated to the
friendship
trilogy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we'll for sure. Okay, next one. You did Iron Man 3, right? It's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
We're back. We're figuring this out. You know, Broen's Wi-Fi sucks, and the internet sucks. We're sorry. Broen's pushing his breasts together for me. You guys are missing out on the video now. You guys are missing the video now, aren't you? Hey guys, it's Parker. That is in relation to us not having actual video on YouTube anymore, just for a few more weeks. Broen is getting better internet soon. As of now, there's just no video on YouTube. We're still uploading to YouTube, but it's just going to be a picture of us or something like that because we can't record video as of right now. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, sorry. Episode 3. I'm so tired. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. Number 3 is Shazam! Oh, I wish you could edit. I wish you could edit the video so then you could like. There's no video anymore. Shazam! I like it.
I love Shazam.
It's good. It's a good movie.
I think it's so good.
It's a great movie. It's the most Marvel DCEU movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I saw it 2 weeks before it came out legally.
Wow, how did you do that?
I saw it in the theater because I follow the right accounts on Instagram, and they were like, "See Shazam 2 weeks early," and I was like, "Bet."
Wow.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I don't know. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's the the movie came out 3 years ago, but I saw it 2 weeks early.
2019.
So. Yep.
Ugh, I love it. I think it's great. I think the villain's great. I think the VFX are awesome. I think Zachary, is it Levi? Is that his name? I think he's fantastic. The kid who plays Billy is annoying, but or the kid from the It franchise is great. I think he's hilarious in this movie. Yeah, he's great. I think the family is awesome.
Yes, the family dynamic part of the movie is
it's the best
great.
part.
Oh
it's
my gosh.
It's great.
And that's another reason why I think it's a great great movie to watch during Christmas is because it's about family and stuff.
Yeah.
And it shows, like that foster families, it like normalizes foster families.
Yeah. Yeah, without
so
like
great.
putting a huge emphasis on it. Like that is I think the best way to normalize something is to not make it a huge deal but give it the credit it deserves. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like in in Lightyear, everybody was boycotting it because of the millisecond same-sex kiss, and it's just like they didn't have sex on screen. They're not banging in the toy. Yeah, I mean, I would love a lesbian sex scene in a Toy Story movie, but you get what you get. And it's just I think that's without directly looking at the camera saying it's okay to be gay. Like you can do it correctly and like tastefully without making it the what the movie is. Like I would say Thor: Love and Thunder, one of the few things it did well is the integration of like LGBTQ characters without it being this huge deal. You know what I mean?
Well, except it was stupid with Korg because we already know that he has a mother.
That was fucking stupid. But what's her name? Valkyrie? Like it was it's normalizing it. we're just talking about this as if it's a straight couple, and that's I think the best way to do it, and that's what Shazam does with the Foster family.
Yeah, yeah.
And the casting is great. I mean, the family is just awesome.
I love the parents. I love the Foster parents.
I'm glad they're in the sequel. They were in the trailer. I'm glad they're going to be in it. Oh my
gosh. Fury of the Gods looks like a blast of a movie. Yeah. I'm so excited for it. Oh my gosh.
And that's why Shazam is great, because it's honestly kind of scary at times, like for a kid, like the shots with the villains and like the
Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, like that shit is scary, but like overall it's a fun movie. It's a really fun feeling movie, and sometimes you just need that, especially from the DCEU.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then it takes place during Christmas time, so, Christmas.
It snows, it's cold, and they reference Rocky, right? In Shazam?
Yep, because it's in Philly, because it takes place in Philly.
Yep. I've never watched it around Christmas time, but this year I am, now that you've said something, because I didn't really remember that it was set around Christmas time, but it for sure is.
Yeah.
And I don't have a ton to say about it being around Christmas time, but I am excited for hopefully Shazam to be on screen with Superman soon. That'll be cool.
Oh yeah,
dude! Superman, Black Adam, and Shazam.
Oh, that's what I want. That's what I want.
So good.
I think Black Adam should be the villain of Shazam 3, and then Superman comes in,
and is awesome because Henry Cavill is awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, if you told me there were no VFX in Man of Steel and like Henry Cavill just did that, I'd be like, yeah, okay. I believe you.
That makes sense.
Are you a Witcher fan, by the way? The Witcher?
Nope.
Me neither, but everybody's mad that he's leaving. I'm like, yeah, he's taking the Superman money, dude. He doesn't want the Netflix money. And I'm glad he's back. I'm so grateful.
Oh my gosh, he is the best Superman.
And we're going to get to the best Batman in this episode as well. We're going to talk about that. Do you have anything else to say about Shazam?
No, it's a great movie. Fucking watch it if you haven't.
It's a great movie. One of the better DCEU movies. And DCEU gets a lot of flack. Everyone's like, they have one good movie. And I'm like, you know what? No. There's really only like 2 not great ones. And I haven't even seen one of them.
Wonder Woman?
84, yeah.
84,
yeah. First one's awesome.
First one's fucking amazing. Yeah.
Best female-led superhero movie. Hands down.
I don't know. I really like Captain Marvel.
Well, it was nice being your friend temporarily. Dude, Captain Marvel blows so hard. And a movie partly starring Samuel L. Jackson should not be that bad. But it is.
Yeah. I'd rather watch Snakes on a Plane.
I'd rather watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup than have to watch Captain Marvel again.
I don't want to talk. I haven't even seen that, and I don't want to watch it. No, we don't have to talk about that. We don't have to talk.
No, just believe it or not, this is the second time I've talked about that video today. So, I was talking about it at work, and I guess it's been on my mind. Maybe I should rewatch it. Letterboxed it. Dude, if that is on Letterboxd, oh, that would be so funny. Dude, imagine there was like a porn Letterboxd. That'd be so...
Oh,
I'm going to stop talking.
Yes. Please stop.
You go ahead and do number 4.
Okay. Number 4 is borderline kind of a Christmas movie.
I think it's almost the most Christmas one out of all of the lists. Out of all the movies on this list.
It is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, specifically Sorcerer's Stone.
The Philosopher's Stone for the Brits listening.
Nah. We won. It's Sorcerer's Stone.
We won. That's really funny. I love the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh my gosh. It's one of my favorite Harry Potter movies. And people are always making fun of it, saying it's one of the worst. No, it is one of the best Harry Potter movies.
And I know you haven't read them. I know you have them, but you haven't read them, right?
I have not read them.
It's I've read the first 3, and it pretty much is like beat for beat. Not in terms of story, but in terms of the way it feels, just like the book, which I love. Yeah, I think that's how you should adapt a movie: is make it your own, but have the heart there. And I think that's what it does really well.
Right. And honestly, the reason why I say that it almost kind of is a Christmas movie is because, I don't know if you guys remember this, but before it was Freeform, it was ABC Family, the channel ABC Family. And every year for Christmas, they put on the Harry Potter marathon, and I watched it every year. Great. And it was like every night they would show the next Harry Potter movie.
That's fun.
And sometimes they would play that Harry Potter movie like all day. Like it would loop, fun. Like Prisoner of Azkaban would loop. And so I would say Sorcerer's Stone specifically because, I mean, that's the start,
Yeah.
And
I think it's the most Christmassy one as well.
Yeah, because that's the one where I think that's the only one where they actually open up presents on Christmas.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the scene, I've got presents. That's a great scene.
Oh, yeah. And that's when he gets the cloak.
Yes. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch that movie soon. It's a great movie. It's a fantastic movie.
I recently watched it. It's so good.
I might be my favorite, to be honest. A lot of people disagree with that. A lot of people say number 3 is the best, which I get it.
I have to say Prisoner of Azkaban is the best.
I might say it's the best, but my favorite. And you know what? We'll talk about Harry Potter on another episode. Goblet of Fire is underrated, baby. People hate it. People who read the book hate it, I guess, to be fair. I haven't read the book. I guess it's a poor adaptation of the book, but fuck you. It's a great movie.
It is a good movie.
Have you seen the shot, like the screenshot of when Robert Pattinson comes out of the water and he's like mid-shark, mid-human?
Well, that wasn't Pattinson though. That wasn't.
Oh, sorry, no, you're right. But it was that scene when the guy who saved Hermione, and it's like a skin tone, like a human skin tone shark, dude. Disgusting. Anyway, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is great.
I love the scene when someone like is reading the book and it's like, Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Dumbledore asking, Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Oh, dude, so good. Have you seen the one where like they did it with Lego and he came and he grabbed Harry and
he like
throws him broke apart? Yeah, dude.
Just fucking body slams him.
So good. Oh, anyway, back to the one we should be talking about. The first one's also super nostalgic for me, and I was a huge Harry Potter kid, and I loved the first one. Yeah, dude. I don't have him back here anymore. I miss him. Miss you. Not really. Not actually. And so, it's nostalgic. The score is awesome.
Oh yeah, John
Best
Williams.
Harry Potter
because he only did the first 2.
Correct. And it shows. Now the rest of the scores are fine. They reuse the theme obviously, but everything else is like, all right, whatever. But yeah, it's great, and it's a magical movie. It's got that hook, and obviously it's objectively a magical movie. It's about magic, but like it's a magical feeling movie,
Absolutely.
Hagrid's and Harry's relationship is awesome.
Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, he just died.
Yeah.
Did you watch the special, the comeback thing, the 20-year anniversary that they did?
No, I don't know why I haven't watched it yet.
Me neither. Haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I love that movie. It's a great movie, and I another one that I never thought about watching during Christmas time, but you pointed it out, and I'm like, yeah, I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
great movie.
It's like Mean Girls, where it's such a comforty Christmas movie.
Yes, it's
like
warm. It's warm.
Yes.
If a fire burning in the fireplace was a movie, it's Harry Potter. I want to toast a marshmallow on the Blu-ray.
Okay.
Go ahead and do the. Oh no, it's my turn.
No,
right?
it's your turn. Your turn for the last one.
Number 5, best Christmas movie ever made. 1992's Batman Returns, starring Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer, Danny DeVito, Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
And directed by the great Tim Burton. And scored by Danny Elfman, of course. Awesome score.
Fucking great. It's such a great movie. Such an underrated movie.
Yes. Everyone talks about Batman 89, which is
yeah,
great movie.
Great.
This one's just as good, I think. I sometimes
I
like
wouldn't
it more.
say it's better, but it does live up to it. It is a great sequel.
And there was more budget there, so that area of the first one was improved. Like the suit, the cowl looks so much better. Like it's those kind of small things that make it.
And I absolutely love the way they handled Catwoman in that movie.
Yes.
And the moment when they realize who each other are when they're dancing, and Catwoman is like, and she's like, does this mean we have to kill each other?
Yeah. Do we have to fight now? And then he's like, let's go outside.
Right.
And they did it. People talk about it in The Dark Knight, but they did it first when they were the only two not wearing their masks because the
people would Yeah,
they
you would recognize
Batman,
them because
Bruce Wayne is the mask, and
right.
Whatever. And so
Batman is the true identity. Bruce Wayne is the mask.
Yeah, which I don't fully agree with, but in terms of the movie, I think it really works. But it's
that's the thing about Batman, though.
What
do you mean you don't agree with it?
That's
literally his thing.
Now, Bruce Wayne, the playboy,
yes,
the guy is the mask, absolutely. Yes. But at heart, Bruce Wayne and Batman are the same, just not the public's what the public knows Bruce Wayne as.
Right, and that's why when people say that they have a problem with Pattinson's Batman or Pattinson's Bruce Wayne, it's like, dude, Bruce Wayne doesn't exist yet. He's still Batman.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne, the actual Bruce Wayne, is emo and sad and angry and pissed, and like that's like it's a great adaptation of Year One. I'm getting upset. We'll talk about the Batman. We'll absolutely deep dive the Batman.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we will. Anyway, Batman Returns. I recently rewatched it. There's Michael. Oh, Michael Keaton, if you're listening to this, I would let you do horrible things to me. You have no idea. I love it, and I think Danny DeVito's Penguin is great.
Yes,
and,
gross, but great.
Gross, but great. Dude, the scene where Christopher or Shrek is convincing him to run for mayor, and he's like eating the raw fish,
the salmon.
Yeah. Oh, and he bites the fucking guy's nose, and he starts gushing blood everywhere. Oh.
You know, Danny DeVito actually did eat the raw fish.
I was okay. I think I had read that, but I didn't know because I was watching it. I was like, that looks like, and Michelle Pfeiffer also put a real bird in her mouth in that shot. Yeah. Tim Burton was like, I don't know. We have a fake one. We have one right here. She's like, I know I could do it. He's like, okay, that's fine.
Oh man.
My one gripe with it is that Michael Keaton and Batman in general kind of feel a little on the back burner because it's so villain heavy. But most Batman movies are, to be honest. I mean, at least the Dark Knight trilogy is like, whatever. But it's so Christmassy feeling. It's set around Christmas time. Even the score at times is Christmassy.
And it's something that people don't realize. Michael Keaton's Batman kills people.
Oh, absolutely. And before we get into anything, Michael Keaton is my favorite Batman. I will not say he's objectively the best, but he's my favorite. He
was my favorite, and this is not recency bias. I mean, you might think it is, but I'm honestly gonna say fucking Pattinson.
I think recency bias is a stupid fucking thing to say. You don't have to I hate when people say that. Oh, people just love the Batman for recency bias. It's when they go, yeah, people only love Tobey Maguire for nostalgia. I'm like, no, that's not the only reason to like. Like, if something's good, it's good. Yeah. You can call something an instant classic. Absolutely. Yeah. And I went into we're gonna get off topic. We'll talk about the Batman later. But yeah, Michael Keaton is my favorite Batman, but I wouldn't say he's objectively the best. I think he's close, but he does straight up gun people down, blow them up, light them on fire with the back of his engine, which is so funny. And
so people always complain about Ben Affleck's Batman killing people, and it's like, but him killing people actually has reasoning behind it. Yeah,
Michael Keaton just is
broken and damaged.
Fucking murders people,
Michael Keaton just murders people.
And aside from Clooney and Pattinson, every live action Batman has killed somebody. And people try to defend Christian Bale. He fucking let a lot of people die by his own hand, which is fine. Most of even Adam West has killed a person.
The only person he actually killed was Harvey Dent, but obviously that was for good reason.
Yeah, and
it was him or the kid.
And there were some other close calls, which I just are unnecessary, I'd say, because it's so on the line of did he do it? But that one only pisses me off because they make it. They go out of their way to say, I don't want to kill anybody in that trilogy, and then he ends up doing it. That's what pisses me off. But whatever. But aside from Pattinson and Clooney, all of the live action Batman have killed, but Ben Affleck is the only one who gets shit about it because Zack Snyder exists and people hate him,
For some reason.
I know. His daughter died and they're like, fuck him. I hate him. He's stupid. I hope he dies too. Dude, the things people say about him on Twitter are awful. They are awful. And it's just like, you know what? You can dislike his movies, but don't say things like, yeah, he belongs with his daughter, or I'm glad his daughter died, or like that. Like, I see that shit. It's awful. It's terrible. It's like, I don't love Christopher Nolan's movies. I don't want him to die or his family. Like, it's just it's insane to me. But
have you seen that? Do you watch stand up at all?
Stand up comedy, or is there something called stand up? Yeah.
Stand up comedy.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? I don't know the guy's name, but have you seen that one guy that was talking and he was talking to Zack Snyder in the crowd? Like, Zack Snyder was there at the comedy show, and the guy on stage was talking to him, and he didn't realize that he was talking to Zack Snyder.
Yes! Yeah, I did see that! Yes!
And he's like, what's your name? And he's like, Zach. And he's like, oh, what do you do? And he's like, I'm a movie director. He's like, oh, you know, he's like,
sure.
He's like, come on. He's like, what movie directors do you know that have the name Zach? And the guy's like, Zack Snyder? That's me. And honestly, like, hearing it, I'm like, that's Snyder's voice. That's him.
Yeah.
That's totally his voice.
And the guy, like, ate his words right out. He was like, oh, fuck. And that was great. I have seen that on TikTok. That was really funny. And you know what? Zack Snyder just seems like such a genuinely good person. Like his movies. I don't love all of his movies, but he seems like a great guy.
I think 300 is a garbage movie.
I haven't seen it. I have not seen it.
I hated it.
But I from what I've seen, I like, and people are mean and just hate Ben Affleck because they can. It's honestly, to be honest, I think it's kind of like the Andrew Garfield thing, where people loved Christian Bale and people loved Toby, right? And then when the new guy came, we already don't like this before the movie's even out, and then they're screwed by the company, and
then people start to like them.
Yes, and then after 10 years later, I actually kind of like that now. It's too fucking late, dude.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck is coming back.
He's coming back. He's going to be in Aquaman 2.
Yeah,
and he's going to be in The Flash.
I am so excited.
And Michael Keaton's going to be in The Flash.
Michael Keaton's in The Flash.
Yes. Step aside in No Way Home.
Yeah, dude. Fuck you, Spider-Man No Way Home. The Flash. Dude. And The Flash, I'm calling it right now. We're going to find this clip when that movie comes out. 10 out of 10, that movie. I love the director. He did both the It movies.
Yes. Andy Muschietti.
Yeah, say what you want about Ezra Miller. He's a crazy guy.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the movie.
Yeah, crazy person in real life. There's nothing to do with the movie. He's an actor.
Reverse
He's a pretender
Flash in real life.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And have you seen the fan casts of the guy from The Boys of Homelander being Reverse Flash?
Yes.
That'd be great. That'd be fantastic.
Yes. And they're looking to recast Ezra Miller and have it be the kid from 1917.
I have heard that.
Name, but
I've also heard Dylan O'Brien, which I could see, but I also see a lot of Elliot Page, which I get because he and Ezra Miller look so similar and they have the same kind of haircut, but I don't think it would work. You know what? I don't really. Ezra Miller hasn't killed anybody. I think people are being, and we're not there. We have no idea what's actually going on. We just read things on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Well, Ezra Miller did kidnap someone.
But did that really happen? Or is that just, you know what I mean? Is there proof that he kidnapped somebody?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, if he did, that's not cool. But if he didn't, it's a movie. I'm not here.
But he was just sentenced to 25 years, wasn't he?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Wasn't he actually just sentenced to 25 years?
I have no idea. If so, then you should probably recast him. You can't really shoot in prison. But, if I think recasting is drastic, and if you don't have to, don't do it. But with Ezra Miller, I get it.
It's worked sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Don Cheadle.
Brody.
Yeah. Don Cheadle. And have you seen Danny DeCito? That picture?
No.
They made Danny DeVito into a Cheeto Puff. It's really funny. Dude, we have gotten so off track. We need to talk about Batman Returns. Anyway, I love Batman Returns. It is my favorite.
You know what scene in Batman Returns always bothered me?
Bothered you? In what way? In what way bothered you? I don't like
continuity.
This. Oh, what?
Is when he's talking to Catwoman and he's like, we're, the same. We're split right down the center. And then he rips the mask off, but there's that shot. Yes, the eyes! Then he doesn't have his eye makeup, and then he rips the mask off.
And that was one of my favorite parts of the Batman is that they finally accepted the fact that Batman wears eyeliner.
Yes.
And it's okay. It's okay.
It makes it so much cooler.
So, and when he's sweating down his face, it looks so fucking cool. But like, yeah, dude, there's that one shot right before he tears it off where you see his eyes normal. It's like
they couldn't have gotten a shot of him like this, and then a shot of Catwoman, and then a shot of him already ripping it off. You could, editing programs are a thing, right?
Yeah, like just cut it 1 second shorter, and you would have been gold. Yeah, it's like the Flash. Like every time, have you watched the Flash? You watch that show?
Yeah.
And like when he takes the cowl off, the thing that's
but
glued to his face. Yeah, then it's a hood. Yeah. And the chin somehow becomes a different material and starts hanging out there. And it works though. It works. And so that's what they should have done in Batman Returns is, they didn't need that part of the shot. And it's also just a weird thing in general because like it's supposed to be armor and then he just rips it off like it's rubber. And it's like, okay, this is, I get it. It's fine, but it's a little strange. And I love when Christopher Walken's like, Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed like Batman? Dude, so good. And I love that movie. And it's got some horror elements to it. When Catwoman becomes Catwoman is kind of frightening.
Yeah.
When the cats come up and attack her. Yeah. And then she goes and trashes her apartment. And like chugs the milk and shoves all the shit down the drain and breaks, and it says hello there, and then she hits it says hell here. Dude, great.
Yeah.
Ugh. Tim Burton.
It is kind of weird. It is kind of weird that they almost made it seem like Catwoman became Catwoman, or Selina became Catwoman. Like it's like she's in this movie. They made it so that she's more than just a cat burglar. It was like she legitimately had like an origin story, and not just her being a cat burglar. I thought that was kind of weird. It worked. It works, but it's weird. Tim Burton sense.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, it works for the Tim Burton sense, but like when it comes to like a comic book movie, it's like,
yeah, it works for the movie. Like a lot of the things, like Danny DeVito's like fake Batmobile, like that. Do you remember? I don't know the last time you saw it when he like stuck the thing under the actual Batmobile and he was controlling it. In the sewer, and he had like a mini version of this, like an exact 1/8 size replica, and I was like, where did he get this?
Isn't he like rocking in it?
Yes,
or something like that.
Like, fucking going everywhere. Oh my god! And then like I don't know if you remember the shot of him like quote unquote saving the baby, and he comes out
and he just like rises up,
with the fucking duck, like the big giant rubber duck, and it's just like, how are people not asking this where is he coming from?
I know people are automatically just like, Gotham savior.
Have you
run
seen,
for mayor?
Strange penguin man came from the sewer. Please be our leader.
And he's just sitting there eating raw fish like.
Oh god, it's disgusting, dude. Remember when he's trying to bang Catwoman? And he's just like, dude. Have you seen the Pee Wee Herman movies? Any of them?
No, I know who he is, but I've never seen him.
He plays the penguin's dad in that opening shot.
Oh,
and that's funny because Tim Burton directed Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and that was the first movie Danny Elfman scored. And Tim Burton convinced him to do it. Danny Elfman was like, "No, I don't want. I'm gonna fuck your movie up. I don't want to do this." Because he was in a band. He was in Oingo Boingo. And then Tim Burton was like, I want you to do this. He was like, no. Yeah. In his masterclass, he says, I will fuck up your film. I don't want to do this. And then he made him, and now he's...
one of the most iconic superhero themes ever. Like, you listen to it, and you're like, yeah, that's Batman.
2 of them. Batman and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did Age of Ultron, but that's nothing because the MCU scores is an entirely different episode.
I always forget that he did Age of Ultron. That's so weird that it's not Alvin Silvestri.
Yeah, you can't even tell, really. He did it with somebody else, though it wasn't Alan. But then he also did 2003's The Hulk by Ang Lee. He scored that movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I hate to break it to you. There's a Hulk movie from 2003.
No, I don't believe you.
And then he did Multiverse of Madness.
Wait. 2003 Hulk movie directed by Ang Lee, starring Eric Bana and Jennifer Connelly. What? That doesn't exist. What? Who plays the General? Sam Elliott? No, that doesn't exist.
Dude, you know what? It sounded like you said Ong, like in the last Airbender movie. Called
Aang, Ong. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Dude, we digress again for the 5th time. We're sorry, but yeah. Batman Returns, I recently rewatched it. Works so well for Christmas time.
I gotta watch it again. I might have a double. I think I mentioned this last time. I gotta have a double feature.
Dude, I love watching all 4 of those movies back to back. I mean, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin
Batman and Robin, yeah.
Batman and Robin is awful. Batman Forever is underrated for different reasons. It's not great, but there are great things about it. I still don't think it's good. It's not good. But there are things about it that I really, really like. You don't like Val Kilmer? Like in general or as Batman?
As Batman.
I do, but I think he could have been a lot better if Joel Schumacher... Or no, you know what? I'm not going to blame him. I'm going to blame Warner Brothers, believe it or not, because I don't know if you know, but Tim Burton and Michael Keaton didn't come back for the third one because Returns was so poorly received because they couldn't sell McDonald's toys out of it because it was a darker movie and kids were scared.
I did know that because... And did you know that Robin was originally supposed to be in Batman Returns and they cast Marlon Wayans?
Yes. And guess who was... You might know. I'm sure you know this. Do you know who was supposed to be the Riddler in Forever?
No.
Robin Williams.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And what's funny, Robin Williams was pissed because Robin Williams said yes, and then Warner Brothers used that as leverage to get Jim Carrey to do it because Jim Carrey said no.
That's right.
Yeah, and then Robin Williams was pissed. I would be pissed. That's shitty.
And then that is what started the butterfly effect to eventually... Sorry, that's... I'm not going to finish that.
But yeah, anyway. Batman Returns, great Christmas movie.
It's just a great movie in general.
Great movie. Great Batman movie.
Very, very underrated. Because people look at Batman in 89 and then they think everything after that is Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. But it's not. They don't realize that there's one right there. And it's Danny DeVito as the Penguin. What's not to fucking love?
It's fantastic. And Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, is awesome. Is a fantastic.
And her suit is so Tim Burton.
And it's so cool. It's so good. It's so great. And she is fantastic. I love Michelle Pfeiffer. And what's funny is that both she and Michael Keaton are now in the MCU, which is really funny to me.
I know.
Dude, we need a Tim Burton directed MCU movie.
What would it... I can't even think of a character that he would...
Well, you know what? He could do something Loki related for sure.
Maybe like direct an episode.
An episode or I think I'd rather see him do a series than a show. I think, he could do. He could have done Moon Knight. I think in a different if it were different.
Maybe.
Now
I still need to watch Wednesday.
Me too. I've heard it's great.
I watched the first episode and I loved it, and I just haven't continued it yet.
Nice. I need to watch it. I mean, I try to watch everything that Danny Elfman does. And, Danny Elfman, I love you. But anyway, Michael Keaton, we love you. Tim Burton, we love you. I don't want to call our fans the Pinheads. I think it's too on the nose. We should, we need to find a reference.
Have a poll. We'll have a poll on Instagram.
Yeah, we should just call them technical difficulties since that's what we have every single fucking episode. But anyway, we I think these are all great movies to watch around Christmas time, and if you disagree, I don't care about you.
If you disagree, you can go fuck yourself.
You can go fuck yourself. This isn't your podcast. This is our podcast.
Amen. Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. Dude, there's a Hulk Hogan movie coming out.
Oh, and isn't Hemsworth playing him?
I think. Well, I don't know if he is anymore because of his.
Right.
Maybe he forgot. Oh, shit.
Was that on purpose?
Yeah, it was. Sorry, Chris Hemsworth. I know you're listening. Sorry. Anyway, I don't have anything else to say. I'm just gonna keep saying bad things. So go ahead and take us out. Take us out, handsome.
Love you. Bye.
That is not what I